Woo! Yeah. All right. Rock and roll. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nope, I don't own the rights to the fucking music. I know. But we're going to talk about the band who does today during this review. This is going to be a festival review. So the episodes 3 and 4 for season 3 here are going to be parts 1 and 2 for the Sick New World Festival that took place April 27th of 2024. And let me tell you, we still had a lot more rocking to do, bitch, that day. Sorry, I mixed it up a little bit for you. All right, so yes, Sick New World, second annual festival for Sick New World, April 27th of this year, part 1, 5 different stages, 72 bands. The gold and red stage were the biggest stages for the biggest bands. The Spiral and Siren stage had the medium bands, medium to big. The Diablo stage was for the newer up-and-coming or the baby bands. I'm going to get right into this. The Spiral stage, they call it the Spiral stage because it's a circle. And what it does is, like, you could see, like, the front part of it has one band, and on the other side, they're getting the other band set up. So as soon as one band plays on the Spiral stage, motherfucker spins, new setup, band comes on stage, starts the show. So about you get like a 3 to 5 minute pause between each band on the Spiral stage, and the Spiral stage goes all day long. That's where we're going to start our show for the first 2 bands. First band was Fear Factory. Not necessarily the first band of the festival, but the first band that we finally got in, got settled, and finally got a chance to, all right, now we get to focus on some music. We got in, get the layout of the area. Now we're going to go see the music. And Fear Factory was the first band that we checked out. I'm not going to go over like band members or history. This is going to be like band, set list, next band. I got fucking a lot of shit in this review to do in a short period of time. First song out for Fear Factory was Shock, in the Edge Crusher, Power Shifter, Linchpin, What Will Become, Demanufacture, and Replica. And that was on the Spiral stage, Fear Factory. And then 3 to 5 minutes later, you spin that stage around on the other side of that circle. Power Man 5000 is getting ready to start. Bam. Footsteps and Voices, Nobody's Real, Invade, Destroy, Repeat, Horror Show, Bombshell, Supernova Goes Pop, and the biggest Power Man 5000 tune, When Worlds Collide. So When Worlds Collide, Horror Show, those are probably my 2 favorites from that set. So that's how we're going to start off the whole festival. Now, I had concerts from Thursday night, and I had a concert that Friday night. General admission for both those shows, so I was standing Thursday night show for 2 bands. Friday night show had 4 bands. Into this festival, we're going to be doing a lot of standing. So, over on the red and gold stage side, like if the gold stage is playing, the red side's not. Red side's playing, the gold stage is not. You see what I'm saying? So you can go hang out. Like I stayed on the red side, but I could still listen to the gold side when they were playing. And then when the red side was on, I could see them because they were in front of me. And it was awesome. There was a spot in an area where it had like a bunch of fake grass, a little awning over you. And I said, I'm going to go get me a drink. I'm going to get me some food. I'm going to sit my happy ass over there and enjoy myself. And I'm going to sit there in the fake grass. The people I went with, I told them, I was like, I don't know what you guys got going on, but I'm going to go over there and hang out and just sit and listen to fucking music all day, the rest of the day, pretty much in that same spot. So that's where I went. Lamb of God was on the gold stage. I sat on the red stage side, kind of back, but you could still hear it really good. Memento Mori, Walk With Me in Hell, Resurrection Man, Ditch, Laid to Rest, and Redneck. So it's a shorter set that Lamb of God did, but a couple of the tunes, they did some little bit longer jams on and stuff. Really good set. Laid to Rest, probably my favorite one of my favorite Lamb of God songs. It's cool the way they did this festival. The only complaint I have about the whole festival would be you gotta get the people inside a little quicker. It just seemed like it took a long time. But the festival itself is great. I did the VIP, so you have better access for food and drink. Your restrooms are not just porta potties in the VIP. You actually have air conditioned restrooms. It's actually pretty nice. So into the rest of my part one of this review. Primus came on stage. Primus played Red Rocks in Colorado the night before. So their equipment from going from Red Rocks, Colorado to where we're at in Vegas got lost in a transition somewhere. So they had to go buy equipment for this show. So they did. And then they come right out. Here Come the Bastards right away. Too Many Puppies, second song, Into Sergeant Baker, and then they finish up Sergeant Baker with the Too Many Puppy reprise, which is pretty badass. Then they do song number 4 is American Life, Into Even a Small Terrapin Station tease, which those of you who know, Terrapin Station is a famous Grateful Dead song. Awesome song. And Primus covered a small tidbit of it to give you a little like, hey, we know some Grateful Dead. And then they played Pudding Time, John the Fisherman, finished up the set with Wynona's Big Brown Beaver. I probably wish they would have finished a little stronger instead of Wynona's Big Brown Beaver. I mean, maybe even like flip John the Fisherman and Wynona's Big Brown Beaver if you're going to finish on something. But, or like those damn blue-collared tweakers or something like that, that'd have been cool. And then the next band out, I didn't know very well, but I did enjoy them. They were on the gold stage called Bad Omens. And, Artificial Suicide, like a Villain, Limits, Nowhere to Go. That was how they started off their set. The next song is an acronym called VAN, or VAN, Violence Against Nature, which they brought out a special guest vocalist for. She's a female songwriter, singer, famous from YouTube. Her name is Poppy, and apparently she's a lead singer for a band that performed there at the Sick New World Festival, and I believe it was called Poppy. So I didn't watch her band. I didn't watch her, didn't know anything about her, but people around me were talking about her. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll make notes of that. And then the next song out was an industrial rock band came out and helped. They're called Health. And they played a song called The Drain with Bad Omens. And then The Death of Peace of Mind, Just Pretend. And they finished up their set with a song called Dethrone, which was pretty cool. So I learned a little bit about Bad Omens. They can jam. They were on the gold stage. So Primus is on the red, gold stage. Now we're back to the red stage. Perfect Circle. Maynard and the Boys. For those of you who know, Maynard James Keenan is also the lead singer for Tool as well. So that's what was really cool for me, because I'm a huge Tool guy. I'm a huge Maynard guy. I was looking forward to seeing Perfect Circle because I've never seen them live. First song out called The Package, Disillusioned. And then they did Weak and Powerless, which was the song that I came in on the show this week on. The song is definitely not Weak and Powerless, like the title says. It's a badass tune. I love it. One of my favorite Perfect Circle songs. Excuse me. Fourth song was called The Noose. So Long and Thanks for All the Fish was song number 5. Sixth song was called Stars. And Billy Howard Slong, Howard Del Song, something like that. Riz from VOWWS was actually singing with the song. So I seen VOWWS in a different setting. I can't remember who they opened for. I'd have to look in my notes. And, you know, it was pretty cool to see these little people pop up from other parts of the festival. Like, hey, I'm over here singing. It was cool. But, you know, back to the shit. The Hollow, The Outsider, Judith. And then they finish up the set with Counting Bodies Like Sheep to the Rhythm of War Drums. It's a long-ass title. Jesus. You gotta shorten that shit up, Maynard. Anyway, that's how we're gonna kind of wrap up part one. I know I went through it pretty quick, but it's just so much involved. I've never been to an all-day festival. It's my first one. It was really cool. I just went over 6 whole set lists of the bands that I got to see. I'm going to do 4 more next week and also mention a 5th band that I really didn't pay much attention to when they were on. Not because I didn't want to, but because that was kind of like my break from jamming before I finished up the night with the 2 biggest bands. The 2 headliners, which, you know, System of a Down, Slipknot, they were the headliners / co-headliners of the band, of the festival. So we had a little break there with the band, so I'll get into that next week. There was a lot of rocking to do, bitch. It was awesome. I'm gonna go next year. I'm hoping my son would go with me next year. But I told him, I said, you're gonna have to pay for that one. This is kind of expensive. You're gonna have to help pay for that one. So we'll see what happens. Got the Slipknot character out here, because for Slipknot, we got the cowbell, because we all need a little more goddamn cowbell. And then I got Mr. Blue Sky hanging out with me. We're gonna get out of here. You all be good to each other. Keep fucking rocking, man. Like I said, we're gonna go over the second part of this concert next week. I had a blast. I'll do it a little bit differently next year because I went to concerts, like I said, Thursday and Friday night before that festival on the Saturday. Probably shouldn't be doing that. Or if I am gonna go to a show, maybe I'd get like a seat to where I can sit down sometimes. I'm getting old, so sometimes, you know, I'm almost 48. Shit. All right, but I'm going to get out of here. Be good to each other. Keep loving each other. Do the best you can. I know we're all going through some shit, but we all got rock and roll to kind of help us get through. So just keep rocking, man. And night-night. Keep your ball nice and tight. Lots of room for it, too, if you're into that shit.